In this video, I really just want to talk about there's this thought that popped up, and it's one that kind of, I don't know, I feel like sometimes one thought will pop up and kind of get your mind flowing, and it kind of won't stop because it's something that kind of tickles your brain in a way that's semi satisfying, but also kind of like a downer because you know your mind isn't going to calm down after thinking about it because now you're going to look for the answer. And without the answer, then that equals no solution. And without a solution, it's like, how do you move on to the next thought type ish? And what that thought was like, I was just high and I was just sitting in my bed and I just thought to myself, like, what is the point of life? Like, I don't that was the question. And I am smoking because I'm still smoking. I'm still learning to stop. I'm still learning like to fill that vacancy that I feel like weed kind of has. Not even a vacancy, but the place that it has. But with the thought, it was kind of like I was just asking myself like what next? You know, we come here, we live, we experience life, we feel things, we go to different places, um, we face challenges, and then we die, and then what? You know, then what? You know, because the thing is, I always seen like paradise. It's not a good thing to talk about these things while smoking. I know, sorry, but for me, the afterlife, I thought like, you know, they say it's paradise. And, you know, I thought like paradise sounded great, like a place of tranquility, a place where maybe real life peace makes sense, if that makes sense. And then I seen a TikTok, and in the TikTok, they were talking about how paradise is kind of like, how would you explain that? Like, it sounds like they kind of, I don't know how to explain it from their point of view, but they said they seen it as like a bad thing. Because the way they were saying it was, who wants to be in a place for eternity where like it's just, you know, kind of like sunshine and rainbows. And when I seen that TikTok, it kind of, the thought of it never really left my mind, and I really got to pondering on it and just thinking about it. And then I was just said to myself, does it sound, or is it as good as it sounds, you know? When we hear the word paradise, you know, we think like a place away, like a vacation, you know, somewhere peaceful, something like that. And that's kind of what I thought. But then when I really think about what I seen online, it kind of changed the trajectory in which I was thinking, and kind of threw my whole brain game off. And I was like, wait, I never really thought about it that way at all. But it's like, the way I think is that everything in life has a purpose, has a significance. So I don't think we would be brought here to just, well, be alive and experience life if it was for nothing. I feel like there is something at the end. I don't know. Like when I tell you that TikTok really kind of like threw off my thinking, that's why I don't know. Because me, it's like, of course, I stand firmly on my beliefs, but you know, as a human being, yeah, sometimes when you do see certain things that are kind of differ from the way you're used to thinking, it kind of does like get your brain kind of. And the thing about me is like, I try my best not to be closed minded, and I try to be open minded to a lot of things. So when I hear something, instead of attacking it, the first thing my brain is going to do is like kind of wire itself around it and try to understand it. And that's kind of what I did with like those two topics. And now my brain kind of is, I guess you could say, in a sense, struggling to kind of like grasp the ideology of what, like, why people said those things or why they think that way, and now it's kind of making me think away. It's, it's fascinating, the mind. It truly is. And that's why, genuinely, I'm still figuring out, like, because I know life is for a reason, but I don't know, can you say, like, you don't fully understand? And is that okay to say? Because I don't fully understand. That's the thing. I don't understand. But I do. It's like I want to understand, but I feel as if when I start understanding, then I kind of start falling flat. That's kind of why I talk so much and ask so much questions, because I'm genuinely curious about the world. I'm genuinely curious about the people who live here in the world, and the different way that people's minds are wired, and the way people think a certain way and do certain things. I'm kind of interested in all of it, and I know that there's no kind of prompt answer out there that I'm looking for, but instead I'm kind of like, I guess you could say I kind of like run tests. Not really, but ish. Like when I meet people, well, of course, the first thing you want to do is get to know them, and that's what I do. It's like I question and I ask questions, and I don't care. I ask questions and I ask questions and I ask questions, because it's like I want to learn you, is what it is. And then once I do, like, well, you start to understand people, but my thoughts, they take me everywhere. I know. I'm not gonna apologize for it. That's something I can't really control, but because I was gonna deep dive into that topic, but I'm like, wait, I'm so off. Not really so off, but like, I'm one of those people where it's like, they say, Jamil, the floor is yours. Here, take an inch. Me, I don't take that inch. I take a motherfucking mountain. I fucking run that fucking race. Like, that's my problem. Like, the thing about this that I love is that I could express myself and kind of just speak, and I want to speak forever, because that's the thing. I could speak forever, and I will just let one topic go to the next and go to the next. And all of a sudden, we were talking about the point of life, and then the next thing we're talking about farming and stuff, agriculture. I just love talking. That's the thing. And that's why, like, with certain people, I know that it's not that I know that, but it's just like I kind of like, not even kind of all the time, but sometimes you just get to know people and you understand, like, they're not really deep, and it's not bad to be deep, but me, I struggle with small talk. Even like at work, it's like with your coworkers. I'm not saying like we have to talk about like the point of life or nothing, but small talk, I struggle with it. Like, I struggle with small talk. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, what are we talking about, actually? That's a good question. What are we talking about right now? But you see, I'm alive and I'm here to talk about, I guess this is a part of life too. Maybe it's being someone and finding your place, and, I guess sitting here and speaking about everything all at once, and kind of trying to find a line to stay on with your thoughts, but struggling to do so. And just really trying your best and giving your best shot and trying to be a good person. I know clearly it's hard. Clearly, but what do you guys think is the point of life? Just live, you know, experience, leave a mark, and then, die? I mean, at least you left something, right? I don't even know. Being high is such like, I'm not tweaking, I'm joking. But yeah, this is just like what it is, like my like kind of high. I'm all over the place. I know. Sorry.